The road to Wembley has been a long one for Middlesbrough Football Club. It's taken Borough 121 seasons to reach their first major cup final. Brian Robson's men finally completed the journey in style when they booked a Coca-Cola Cup Final date with Leicester City. Borough chalked up a spectacular 22-goal haul on their way to the Twin Towers, including a memorable 3-goal spanking of arch-rivals Newcastle United. The celebrations continued when Robbo's men overpowered Liverpool to claim a semi-final spot for the first time in their history. Teesside really began to party when they disposed of giant killer Stockport County to set up their dream trip to the Twin Towers. This exclusive programme looks back at the highlights of an historic road to Wembley, a unique tribute to the dazzling skills of Borough's finest. The story begins with a second-round tie against 3rd Division Hereford, an early show of strength inspired by Borough's Foreign Legion. It was also the day Branco scored his first goal for the Borough.
This is Townsend. Juninho comes away with it as well. Ravanelli is the only one really alongside him. Juninho still going. Ravanelli's got space. He had to check. He just steers it in. And Ravanelli on the mark again. His first chance really to put one away. And Debon, who stood up bravely before, found that one just out of his reach. Juninho, so casual, but that was so precise first time, immaculate. So nonchalant, that skill, just like a training exercise, and rolled in precisely. Only one defeat this season, of course, for Middlesbrough. 3 wins and 2 draws represent a more than impressive start to the season. Emerson out wide for Branco. Juninho is there as well. Hit towards Ravanelli, didn't reach him just as well for Hereford. Emerson tries one. Oh, fabulous goal! Absolute classic strike. That one deserves a standing ovation. What power! That's real Brazilian finishing in the grand style. He just looked up and absolutely let fly. You don't get many like that in the 3rd Division. He was given the room to size it all up, and that was absolutely fatal for Hereford. Musto to Ravanelli. Ravanelli, it's 3! Here he goes again. He's rattling them in, and there's just no stopping him. It's a second goal for Ravanelli, and just to complete the show, the famous salute. Juninho, non-stop motion, lovely touch from Musto. Ravanelli, the turn, the finish, and again, real precision. Splendid movement. The pass was so casual. Musto did his bit, and Ravanelli, when faced with a goal, bangs him away. Emerson. Emerson again. Couldn't find Ravanelli with that one. A nice little touch there by Foster. Trying to get something going through Stoker, but Emerson got it back again. And now Juninho. Juninho on the outside. And Ravanelli! Hat-trick! Absolutely inevitable! That's his second hat-trick in working the magic to set him up. Ruff tried to jockey him, but Juninho accelerated. There was Ravanelli, and that was another hat-trick. Emerson was in there as well, just planting more seeds of doubt. But Ravanelli was always going to have that third goal. It's 4-0 now, 10 minutes into the second half. It's a rout. Ravanelli away again. Still he's got it. Juninho in the middle. That's another one. And this time it's Branco. And the Brazilians are all getting in on the act now. Branco's first goal for the Borough. Ravanelli the creator this time. The strength, a little bit of fortune. But then came the awareness. Branco followed in there and it flew in the back of the net. It's a real nightmare for the Hereford defenders. Ruff threw himself at the tackle, but Branco came out with it. And they're the three of them together there. Moore. Branco for Hendry. The first touch there by John Hendry. Oh, and a fine ball to Curtis Fleming. Fleming's in there, and Fleming scores. He'll be absolutely delighted. Only his second ever goal for the Borough. It's 6, and what an entrance for John Hendry as well. Curtis Fleming. Well, that's a bigger grin than Ravanelli for the hat-trick. Hendry, a cracking pass, stayed into the action, and Fleming came flying in there. He was not to be denied. He got his goal, and then there was 6. What a pass from John Hendry, though. Eat your heart out, Juninho. Hargreaves did his best, but Fleming's best was always going to be good enough. Fleming, well, maybe he fancies a second. Great work by Curtis Fleming. For Stamp, Fleming, Branco still on this side after the corner. Ravanelli's touch to Stamp. Ravanelli brought down. Penalty. There's not much else can go wrong for Hereford. Ravanelli, such a handful. It was Marne's challenge. Down he went. And Ravanelli hunting goal number 4 of the evening. And that is 7. Quite emphatic. It's a 4th for Fabrizio Ravanelli. They're out of their seats. That's what they wanted as well, the famous salute, and they've seen that a few times already this season. That's his 10th goal in 4 games at the Riverside. Blasted home there. Dubon, not a prayer.
No, you're not renowned for going over the top and for being pretty even, but you would admit that you're probably through the next round now.
Well, I'll wait and see. It'll be a difficult game down there, but in fairness to them, there's a great attitude, as I said earlier, the great attitude from the players. You look at the results tonight, they've come out here and done themselves justice, and they've entertained the crowd as well.
This sort of scoreline, even though it's against the bottom club in the league, it's going to set the rest of the Premiership talking again, isn't it?
All you can do is try your best, and they've scored 7 tonight, and they could have had a few more with a bit of luck. We're pleased, and we're Arsenal on Saturday now.
The second leg against Hereford was indeed a formality. Borough, not content to sit on their lead, piled on the agony for the third division side. And the match was just 24 minutes old when Mikael Beck celebrated his debut with the opening goal. It was the second half before Borough extended their lead. Hereford failed to clear, and Phil Stamp weighed in with a thumping volley. That made it 2-0 on the night, 9-0 overall, and there was still time to make it double figures. Goal number 10 again coming from a corner, and this time it's Branco, eventually claiming the final goal of the tie. 10-0 the final margin over 2 legs, a powerful start by the Borough. In round 3, Borough had a home draw against First Division Huddersfield Town. Nick Barmby was left out in favour of new boy Mikael Beck. Barmby would soon be on his way to Everton. Meanwhile, it was a happy home debut for Beck.
Walsh thought about coming. In the end, he was wise not to. Fleming's head just about got it away. Huddersfield keep it alive. Header away was by Pearson. Hooked away well by Beck. Now Ravanelli. Emerson's up there trying to support. Still with Ravanelli. And Beck. And never the power to match the approach play. It was a better chance than perhaps he really thought it was. Wasn't sure whether to take it on the volley or to head it. And eventually got down on the knees to try and head it and couldn't get the power. Ravanelli's ball was good. Beck's header not quite. Again, noticeable how many yellow shirts are snapping away and denying Middlesbrough the opportunity to dwell, and now Huddersfield can come away themselves. Bullock. Referee waves play on. Bullock was hoping that a free kick might be coming his way. Emerson. Muster. Cox. Juninho. First time we've seen him over on the right-hand side. Stamp. Juninho again. Beck. Juninho all the way! A beauty! Brazilian magic. And the Middlesbrough fans bang the samba. The rhythm's begun. Oh, that was special. He's had 2 players on him virtually every time he's got the ball. He got the return from Beck, shimmied and finished. Well, that's what these Middlesbrough supporters come to see in their thousands. And with a little man in this kind of form, they're not going to be denied their opportunity. Emerson. Juninho. Stamp. Took it well in his stride. Ravanelli's peeled away on the far post. Beck! Good header. Off the target though. Well, he's not had a bad 22.5 minutes or so involved in the goal. A couple of chances or half chances, and this one was well met, but always wide of Francis's goal. Collins has come some 30 yards to run over the ball. Nakel's cross was angled in towards the men from the back. There's no offside. Payton! Good save by Walsh. Came out of nothing. Walsh had to be alert, and Payton holds his head in his hands because it was a real opportunity to put the visitors level. Innocuous ball in. No offside. Payton perhaps too precise, and Walsh had the angles right. Lawson trying to make it difficult for Pearson. Here's Vickers. Beck. Stamp. Ravanelli tries the bender, and Francis gathered in. And in the end, it actually slipped out of his grasp. Good effort from Ravanelli. How many times have we seen him, both for club and country, try that little bending shot, and Francis just lost it at the death, but it was a good save nonetheless. Juninho. Plenty of movement from the Middlesbrough forwards in midfield. Juninho. Stamp, Cox, Beck, reaches Musto. Emerson, Plenty of possession. Emerson shot! Oh, I say! It's an absolute thumper. Well, you can't give this man an opportunity to swing back the right boot. Huddersfield did. And this was the result. My goodness. It was like a rocket out of a cannon. Look at this one go. 2-0. Almost a winger, really, Paul Dalton. And he'll be asked to ply his trade down the left side. Ploughing his trade at the moment is Ravanelli. And it was fiercely struck. He claims it got a little flick of the fingers from Francis on the way over the crossbar. Ravanelli opened up, hit it with all the power he possesses, and it flew over. Mustoe brings in Fleming again. Emerson has company. Very casually lays it back into Fleming's path. Now Juninho, outside of the boot to Stamp. Stamp tries one, well blocked by Cowan. Dalton beaten to it, and Mustoe upended. And it'll be a booking, I presume, as well as a free kick. Mustoe tried to wriggle his way through. He was caught there by Cowan. Referee settling just for the free kick rather than the booking. Here he comes. Sabenda! Helped over by Francis. Beat the wall all right, but Francis's positioning on the far post was certainly the correct positioning to guide this one over. It would have dipped under the bar. Forward by Gray, but Mustoe was able to tidy up. Fleming, now Emerson. Ravanelli's peeled away to the left. There's no offside. Good first time ball in. Beck! Oh, it was a lovely cross. But he had to try and angle it away from the defender in front of him, and he couldn't quite manage it. Lovely cross this by Ravanelli. Quick look there. Bent to his striking partner on the far stick, and it just hit the back of Lee Sinnott. Stayed forward, the Middlesbrough skipper. Now Emerson. The low one this time, Vickers. Good save by the goalkeeper. Beck. Oh, here Ravanelli. Inadvertent defending by Ravanelli there, denying his striking partner Beck. Huddersfield survive only just. Well, Ravanelli was trying to get out of the way as Mikael Beck hit the shot, but he just couldn't. And here he is now trying to make amends in the best way he knows how. Tries the bender! And it's looped in with a deflection, and that does make amends. Juninho, Emerson, Ravanelli. It took a deflection on the way in from Ravanelli, and Francis couldn't get to it. Kevin Gray, the unfortunate man, he tried to bend it. Didn't bend at all because it had already hit the defender in front of him, but Ravanelli won't mind. Cleared by Pearson. Forward by Mustoe. Juninho took it down. Emerson took control, played it straight to Ravanelli. The goalkeeper's come out, and he's made it easy. And Francis was left in no man's land, and Ravanelli didn't need an invitation. Lovely first-time ball by Emerson, put him in. Great break. Look at this, little flick of the outside of the boot. Ravanelli was in, and his mind was made up for it by the goalkeeper who'd advanced too far, but it was easy from there. And from the moment Francis had come out, you knew it was another opportunity to see the belly button of Fabrizio Ravanelli in the celebration. Jenkins pulls it in. It's a good effort from Gray. Walsh followed it all the way and gathered it into the chest. Emerson. You do feel that Middlesbrough have one more way of breaking down the Huddersfield Town defence, and that a fifth goal is in the offing. Emerson. Moore. First touch for him. Ravanelli. Tried to flick it through for Moore. Got there. Now Beck. And he's got his goal. Good finish. So Denmark add their name to the scoreline. It's his home debut and he's impressed. He's been working away. And I sensed a fifth was on its way. And Mikkel Beck provided it. Good turn and a brilliant finish. 2 for the Italian, 1 each from the Brazilians, and the 5th from the Dane. Edwards with a corner. Good corner too. It was flicked away by Vickers. Huddersfield have never given up the ghost, and they want at least a goal to show for their efforts. But Edwards slipped to almost to the floor, kept his foot, but couldn't keep control of the ball. Ravanelli. And, well, he was sent tumbling by Michael, perhaps made more of it than there was. Referee wave play on, Edwards keeps it going, Payton! Well, they've got something. And the Huddersfield Town fans behind the goal have reacted as if it's the first goal of the match. It wasn't that, but it does at least give them something to show. And the former Middlesbrough man came for a goal and got one with 3 minutes to go. Just far out of the reach of watch.
Was that more about a lesson in finishing than anything else?
There was some good goals there tonight, so I'm just pleased for the fans. You know, we've had a few bad performances of late, but the lads turn it on for the fans tonight, and they give them good entertainment, and the most important thing is that we're through to the next round.
The 4th round draw paired Borough with Kevin Keegan's Newcastle. The previous meeting between the two sides had ended in victory for the Geordies. On that occasion, Alan Shearer led the Toon Army to a 3-1 win. Emerson was back in the Borough lineup after his latest disappearing act, and a full house of just under 30,000 packed the Riverside Stadium for the biggest match of the season so far. The stage was set for a night to savour for Borough fans.
Just slipped as he threw there, which is only Musto. And now Beck with Ravanelli in support. Ravanelli screaming for the ball, and Ravanelli still screaming for the ball. And I wouldn't wish to cross Fabrizio Ravanelli, but Mikkel Beck is not high in his popularity charts at the moment. I'm not sure that Beck wasn't offside in the first place, or that Ravanelli would have been offside if Beck hadn't squared it. But nonetheless, the angle wasn't the best for the young Dane. Gillespie with Shearer outside of him. Gillespie. Shearer's gone on into an offside position. This is Rob Lee. David Batty. David Shinola. Ooh, that carried some power! And Gary Walsh did very well to react. Just managed to reach up a hand and was actually trying to turn the ball over the bar, and was a little fortunate to see it drop in front of him. No foul. This is Juninho. Now Emerson. Fleming. Ravanelli. The odds were always against him getting in a shot. Darren Peacock was going to make sure of that. Ravanelli was trying to spin onto his favoured left foot. There were two defenders with him in the end. Picking up with the corner. Towards Beck. May have come off out there. That's a poor clearance. This is Vickers. And White! It's in! Derek White has scored! It's Derek White's first goal of the season. Ignat's corner and Beck's aerial presence caused the problems, but David Batty, a terrible clearance, and Steve Vickers linked up with Derek White, not in the way that they usually do at the other end of the field. And let's say they showed a certain understanding of each other's positions there. Vickers miscuing, White reacting. Dipping. Gary Walsh probably had the flight of the ball covered. This will give us a verdict on that. Yes, his hand was high enough. Emerson. Must have been fouled there by Asprilla. Keen to get on with it. Juninho into the path of Hignett. Here's Ravanelli! Got in front of Peacock. He's got a corner for his struggles. Hignett with the burst down the right-hand side, feeding off Juninho. Ravanelli got into pole position ahead of Darren Peacock, who did well to recover. By Elliott. Emerson. Vickers! He's trying to join in the fun with Derek White. He's the goal scorer, and he was very nearly a goal scorer then. It was a much cleaner strike than the effort which actually set White's goal up. By Morris, and corner will result. Pick up to the near post. It's Shearer, it's in! Alan Shearer, who else? His header seemed to catch Gary Walsh by surprise. I don't think it went into the goal any higher than sort of shoulder height. But Peacock's presence in front of Walsh was maybe off-putting. The corner dropped behind Vickers. Shearer's header was clean and it just flew in. It was well directed, but Peacock made a nuisance of himself near the line. Asprilla up with Gillespie. Here's Asprilla. Good stop. Low down to Gary Walsh's left. He had to react very quickly. It's a good hit by Faustino Asprilla after some fine control. Danny was gone on ahead of Juninho to his right. Ravanelli, now Juninho again. Oh, brilliant play! And Srdacek was a lucky boy. Driven cross from Juninho, actually slipped through his fingers momentarily. What fantastic balance though. He had the defenders where he wanted them, running away from him. And Srdacek was fortunate. See the problems the defenders have got there. You just don't know which way he's going to go. Hignett. That's a good hit, they hit the bar! Marvellous attempt by Craig Hignett. Audacious chip. Just sense that Srnicek may have taken the pace off his line and almost punished him. And the Newcastle goalkeeper could only look up and hope and be very grateful. Juninho. Lovely skill again. Ravanelli, back, yes! Made by Juninho. The cross provided by Ravanelli. The finish, Mikael Beck's fourth for Middlesbrough. And that's what it means to players and fans alike. Beautifully constructed. Emerson's pass was sharp. Juninho's movement typically elusive. Ravanelli drove it across and Beck got there first. Marvellous combination between four very talented overseas players. Jumping into Ravanelli, it's back well. Not only the advantage had it been played, Juninho was clear. Might still be, Emerson has seen him. It's Beck. Good save by Srnicek. Beck had to turn smartly. Ravanelli looked the more obvious alternative for Juninho, but he never chooses the obvious. Batty. Ginola. He really has been shoot on sight tonight. David Ginola, Gary Walsh has been equal to everything the Frenchman has been able to fire at him. That shot had a little bit of swerve on it, I fancy. It must have come from behind Steve Vickers. I'm not sure that Gary Walsh had much of a sight of that. We'll get a better idea here. No, he reacted really well, the Borough keeper. Ravanelli to Beck. Juninho's gone on. Hit the back of Watson, I think. Stamp. Beck. Musto to Juninho. Teasing Elliott again. And Ravanelli, it's 3-1. That'll do it. Fabrizio Ravanelli's head disappears into a Borough shirt for the 16th time this season, and no goal will be celebrated more than that one. It surely means the quarter-finals now. Another excellent move, and again Juninho the catalyst for it all. Elliott just didn't know which way he was going to go. And Ravanelli got himself in front of Peacock, who tried to manhandle him out of the way. But Ravanelli stood his ground and claimed his goal. And Borough are surely through. Thanks to the dancing skills of Juninho and the instincts and the strength of Fabrizio Ravanelli. Wonderful mood of celebration, well, just about all around the Riverside tonight. And the Newcastle fans are not enjoying it quite so much. Here is the man of the match without any doubt, Juninho. I can't believe he's ever played better in the red of Middlesbrough. He set up Ravanelli here. How many could they have had? He has tormented Newcastle tonight, and it must have been a joy for Ravanelli and for Beck to have been on the same field as the master provider from Brazil.
Borough landed home advantage once again in the quarter-finals. This time high-flying Liverpool were the team to beat, and once again Borough were out to gain revenge. 3 weeks earlier, Robbo's men had suffered a 5-1 thrashing at Anfield.
Intelligent football fan, Nichols and White. Ravanelli over on that left side now. Liverpool being hurried into some mistakes. That's a poor clearance from James, and Ravanelli came onto him a bit quickly. David James used to be known as Toucan when he was at Watford, although that was for the way he used to flap at crosses. A little bit of flapping here from his clearance, and Ravanelli, well, he won't be pleased with that. Feeding in these games, the side who can breach the defence first, more likely to hold the initiative, maybe even build on it. Fowler hits it first time. Patrick Berger, he can turn on it. McAteer, he got a deflection off White, and Berger wasn't able to pick up the rebound. It was a very important, I say deflection off Derek White. It was his attention. Patrick Berger with his hair clipped, keeping his locks in abeyance. It was that touch by White that enabled Gary Walsh to get hold of it. So an easy one for James. Oh, could be in trouble here. This is Hignett, and he's done it! Craig Hignett! A poor clearance by David James. And Hignett, well, he picked the ball up, but he still had plenty to do. But he rifled that shot past James. I was saying earlier, calling him the Toucan. That was a flap with the feet there. What a wonderful finish from Hignett. He's a 26-year-old former Anfield apprentice. Oh, lovely. And Liverpool under the cosh at the moment. McManaman, well, he'll have other ideas. Fowler is up with him, the only one. Oh, good tackle. Emerson went in there, and this man chasing all the way back. The going gets tough. Emerson gets back, and a wonderfully timed tackle there. Ravanelli always in a position to lay the ball up. Juninho. It's a back from back. That was a fine return. Ravanelli. Juninho runs through, but appeals for a foul. Referee not interested. The combination of rain and sleet coming down at the moment, it really is freezing here. Juninho beat McAteer with that, and there was the challenge, and Hignett went flying. And a nice ball inside, couldn't get it back. It was a poor return. Patrick Berger. And Juninho, he's broken free on the right-hand side. Emerson is coming up with him. That's a cross in, and that looks like it's a corner. Yep. Matteo unable to keep the ball in play, but it was the break from Juninho that set things up for Middlesbrough. Just kept his feet well. Matteo was the only one with him, and the first touch took the ball out, unfortunately, clearly over. Craig Hignett will take this corner. Steve Vickers. Derek White has come on. That is Vickers! And Borough have two! James may have been beaten by the bounce, but Vickers struck it superbly. 27 minutes gone, it was a good corner. And Vickers met it sweetly. James really only saw it once it was past him. Sweet strike, and there's the reaction from Brian Robson. Jones. He looks like he's been on one of those health farms for about 3 months. I think he weighs more than about 6 stone. Nice ball play with the outside of the boot to Berger. Takes a deflection. Brilliant from McManaman to find Berger, and Walsh always struggling. You can see this one again. It was a lovely ball played through to him. Good control from Berger. And it was that deflection that sent it over Walsh's crossbar. Warnaby lost it after all that. This is man Ravanelli. Thomas is behind him. How many times have we seen those whipped into the back of the net this season? Wasn't to be though. Jones is the man who got to the ball first. And really no Middlesbrough player up this time. Brian Robson will be very pleased with that score so far. The question is, they got the mettle to hang on. Maybe not even hang on, but add to that. Emerson's through. A lovely chip, just wide. And, well, we held our breath as he went through there. Juninho was the man who found him. Look at this ball. Actually, it wasn't Juninho who found him, it was Hignett. But just wide. Fox. He lost his feet there. And there's that moment again. Juninho did superbly. A wave of the arm. But look at this one. Emerson put the ball in brilliantly. If he can get a cross in, he's fouled. Combination of McAteer and Jones. Jones accepts whatever the referee said to him. It was a wonderful run from Emerson. Emerson just did Jones totally. And cynical scything over on that left-hand side. Juninho with a free kick. Close to James's post. And, not quite sure if it was. Vickers who got up, we'll have a look. Yes, I think it was. He just got up a bit too soon, couldn't keep the ball down. Well, Middlesbrough saying, you want it, you've got to come and get it. They'll be quite happy for things to stay as they are. Berger, McManaman screaming for it, he gets it, and he puts it away. Steve McManaman, Liverpool back in it. An hour and 5 minutes gone, and this is the kind of thing that Liverpool have been wanting to do for, well, most of the match. Berger put in a wonderful ball, and McManaman a cool finish. Lovely skills here from Berger, he saw his man. Well, what a great finish from McManaman. Real world-class finish. Most of the Borough fans will have their eyes on their watches at the moment, I would think. Right. Oh, dear, and it could be Fabrizio Ravanelli. Too much excitement. And Wright, what was he thinking about? And it's almost as if Wright and James have suddenly forgotten how to speak to each other. Neither called for the ball, and Ravanelli got in there really quickly. But he wasn't able to turn it enough. And well there, David James certainly earning the name Toucan for that piece of flapping. Show us your wingspan.
After another excellent victory today, how do you feel?
Well, I mean, we're delighted with that. I mean, we've beat Newcastle and Liverpool now in the Cup. I think the lads are starting to get a bit starry-eyed about Wembley, but we've got another hard game coming up over 2 legs, and we can't get carried away with that.
Yeah. What words of advice did Brian Robson have for you at half-time?
Well, I mean, the way we played in the first half, he was delighted with it, obviously. He just said if we can, try and keep it going. But really, there was no way we were going to keep the pace of the game up. And I thought the second half we were tired. And it showed a little bit, but we dug in and we ground out a victory.
Next came a semi-final showdown with the competition's surprise package, giant killer Stockport County. A two-legged affair that began with a frustrating late postponement due to a waterlogged pitch. Thousands of fans had made the trip to Edgeley Park, but conditions were clearly unplayable. The contest finally got underway a week later. This time no problems with the weather, and Borough's stars sparkled against a gallant Stockport side.
The one player I'm really looking at on this surface to shine through as the game goes on is Emerson. I think he's so strong, Brian, this player. Really impressed me at St James's Park early in the season against Newcastle when he ran the midfield on an attacky pitch. So he's the one who's got the strength.
Now Armstrong getting away. Angels trying to get up there with him. Coca-Cola too. This is Bennett. That's not a bad shot. And the keeper got down well. And an excellent attack by Stockport. A really good attack showing a lot of imagination across the line there. Bennett coming in, started there by Armstrong, and here comes Bennett. Beck looking to see who might be available. Emerson, little touch, he wanted to get it back again, but the first touch wasn't quite good enough, but he's battling on, and in the end pushed away, stamped shot there by Jones. And Hignet's right in there, Emerson's in there. The blue shirts swarming around trying to get this ball away, still with Emerson in the end. Gannon gets it away.
Well, a lovely bit of action there, some great play from Emerson.
And here's Emerson again. Troubling here, Hignet tries a shot. Cannoned away again, Stamp, a good little ball played by him. And in the end, it was Todd who got it away before Ravanelli, but Middlesbrough now are getting up ahead of steam. Ravanelli with the corner. Curled in, straight to the keeper.
Well, Paul Jones will be delighted with this save because it struck really well here, but he's got to make that save and he does very, very well. Greasy ball, did the right thing, didn't try and catch it, Brian, knocked it out.
Pearson's header. Cox hitting it long, this time Beck is onside, and Beck is onside! And the keeper just got a hand to it, but Beck hasn't finished yet, and neither has the keeper. Oh, two great bits of goalkeeping there by Paul Jones, and some very opportunist play here by Mikael Beck.
This is a great save, this great ball in from Cox, and he gets past, he looks like he's in, but he just manages to find half a yard, and then this shot, another great save.
Terrific bits of goalkeeping there, but now he faces the corner. Wider this time. Okay. That was terrific stuff. Paul Jones, 29 years old. As I say, former Wolves player. Stowe's header. Fester's clearance. High towards Ravanelli. Oh, cut out by Hignet. And now Ravanelli. And now a chance for Middlesbrough. A chip by him. Just over. That was a great chance.
Oh, it was a chance, Brian. And when you see the man who's in possession here, who misses it, it's an even better chance because he is a good finisher. Does everything right, has a look up, but it just drifts wide with the wind, I think, more than anything. But a real chance, and one that the sort of chances have not been going in for him lately. Started the season off, couldn't stop scoring goals. Found them a little bit harder to come by of late.
Scored only 4 in the last 14. To Brett Angel. This is Sean Connolly. Well, Coca-Cola might. I think the Middlesbrough defenders have given that up as lost. Well, it very nearly was reachable there by Coca-Cola. This is a great little club, Stockport, I must say. Everybody's been extremely hospitable. They do a lot of very good community work here. They aim particularly at the children in the area. And you really get the feeling, Kevin, don't you? This is a bustling, up-and-coming club.
This is the way the little clubs have got to be, Brian. They've got to be a bit more involved. The big clubs now, they're massive financial.
Now Armstrong. Okay. Sorry.
That was half a chance, that, and you know he's not blessed with tremendous pace, Alan Armstrong. What he has got is strength, and this is a great little ball over the top. And you watch, he can battle, and he's got strength. Look, he outstrengths Vesta here very well, but he's never going to get it on target from that angle.
Ravanelli playing it short. Musto getting caught out there, and Bennett downed. It'll be a free kick. So just as they did in the first half, Stockport swarming around this Middlesbrough penalty area at the start of the second half. I think it's Durkin who's lining up the free kick. Which he has, but straight into the arms of Schwarzer.
Well, like they said at half-time, he hasn't really been tested, but everything he's done, he's looked firmly in control. I mean, you wouldn't expect this to beat him, but he's still got to get behind it, and that's a lovely little catch to get your confidence going at the start of the second half.
Stamp. Deep. Emerson stopped him. I guess they might have faced each other at some point in Portugal, mightn't they? Emerson with Porto, Cavaco with Estoril. Where's my geography gone mad? No, that's right.
No, there's a fair chance they have, because they're both First Division sides or Premier League sides, whatever they call it over there. I mean, one thing for sure, as we said before, it's probably warmer last time we faced each other.
Oh, that was a good effort there by Armstrong. Actually, just slightly got the better of Pearson. And got in his shot.
Big long ball, Brian, that's caused them problems. The sort of ball you don't expect. And it's a great effort from Alan Armstrong. And again, Mark Schwarzer is proving already that he's competent and he's confident.
Beck brought down, free kick. Here's Hignett trying to get Ravanelli away again. Beck's gone into the middle. Stamps in the middle too. Well, in the end, the two Middlesbrough players totally got in each other's way, and what was an opportunity at the far post came to nothing.
Well, he's very unlucky, Beck. He probably got a shout, but maybe it was late. Stamps going mad with him, but he's as brave and he's game if nothing else. This is a great ball from Ravanelli. Takes the keeper out of the play, and look, the two of them getting each other's way.
Pitch is holding a little bit now in a funny way. What you could do with is a really good sharp shower of rain just to glisten it up again.
I don't think there's any more rain, Brian. Dear me. The one thing we don't need is any more rain. I sort of felt building the...
Oh, that's a great shot. Sorry, Kevin. That was a great shot on the turn. Good play by Hignett as well.
That was Hignett in a more central position. That's where he's stronger. He's not a wide man. He does a good job, but it's not his best position.
Emerson now for Middlesbrough, showing all his strength and pace, but not the finishing touch.
Emerson's right. He's complaining. He thinks this should be a corner, and I'm inclined to agree with him, Brian. I thought someone got a block on this. Here's his strength, and he's direct, and he's looking to take the last man on. In this case, Gannon. And you watch this. I think it's a deflection.
Could well have been, yes. Good play now by Todd. Durkin. That's a good long cross to Durkin. I thought for a moment Brett Angel was poised for that one, but it was Fester in the end who put it away for another Stockport corner.
Great play this by Durkin. Doesn't do the simple thing that he's been doing all right. Tricked him. Great cross and great defending by Fester.
Hignett winning it in the air. Musto doing well. Beck taking it on. Ravanelli. He's clocks in a lot of space down that right-hand side, and he does love to come marauding forward. But still, Stockport are holding up. Team from the second division holding the team from the Premiership. 0-0 in this. But now Beck. The flag has stayed down. It's still with Beck. And it's a goal for Middlesbrough.
Well, I'd like to see this again. Either someone stepped up and tried to play him offside, and he's not. It's a great run from Beck, but more important than that, he keeps his nerve and he finishes well under the keeper.
The player on the far side was keeping him onside. Linesman and referee 100% right. And
I would guess it's Todd, Brian, but look at the finish. It's just put him close to the keeper. As long as you miss the legs, it's very difficult for them to get there. But look at this composure. Takes his time, slides it under his legs.
Flynn missed his kick. Beck's going through. Hignett's in here now. There's another chance for Middlesbrough. Ravanelli! Ravanelli! His amazing record of scoring in the Coca-Cola Cup. And that gives Middlesbrough a very comfortable cushion indeed. 7 goals in 4 Coca-Cola Cup ties before tonight. And now he makes it 8. That finish there.
Well, it's just strength here and battling from Michael Beck, and he gets a knock on, and you fancy Hignett to finish because he is a good finisher. Keeper does well. Ravanelli has 1 go, and he does need a second, but he finishes it off and keeps up that incredible record. And now you're talking about mountains to climb here for Stockport, Brian.
Brian Robson, I know you'll hedge your bets because the second leg is still to come, but that's a wonderful position with Wembley in mind.
Yeah, it's a good result for us, but we had to battle really hard. I mean, Stockport went for it, and we knew they'd give us a tough game, and, you know, all credit to them. I mean, they really did push us hard, and our lads had to be really good on the set plays and everything, keep the concentration, and they battled well. But like I say, Stockport pushed us all the way.
David Jones, your reaction to that result?
Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought we committed suicide for the first goal, and the second one I've got to have a look at because I thought he was going to blow for a free kick on the halfway line. But at the end of the day, it was bad to concede the second one, but we'll go up there and we'll give it a good go. I'm sure we will.
I'm sure you will. It is a lot to make up, though, David, up there.
Listen, 0-0 would have been a lot to make up, but no, I just felt that we committed suicide on the first one, and then of course you're chasing the game, and I just felt if we'd have kept it to the one, then, you know, we're still on a chance. We'll go up there and we'll give it our best shot.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Cheers.
So Borough just 90 minutes from Wembley and a place in the final of the Coca-Cola Cup. You could feel the excitement at the Riverside Stadium, where Borough fans knew they'd never been this close to reaching a major cup final. But it wasn't going to be a pushover against a Stockport side that once again refused to be written off.
Pearson hitting it really long, and Dinning with a good clearance. Still only 21 years old, Tony Dinning. And there's Dave Jones, who's worked wonders at Stockport this season.
Case of keeping up with the Joneses tonight. We've got a Joneses manager, a Joneses goalkeeper, and a Joneses referee, Brian. So you can keep up with the Joneses, we'll be all right.
Emerson. Playing for Juninho. Buzz when he takes possession, and certainly why not? And a shot was just wide from Beck. Banged against the crossbar or the post, and made without any question by little Juninho.
Terrific run here, and then he releases ball just at the right time. This is Beck's weaker foot, but what a shot. Hits the angle of bar and post and goes for a goal kick.
Good strike and an early scare. Pearson battling for this one with much. Up goes Juninho, beaten in the air that time by Todd. Up forward again for Middlesbrough. And this was gone for a free kick to Middlesbrough.
We've got Much playing up front instead of Angel, and that may cause all sorts of problems as well for Middlesbrough, because he is a goal scorer, he's a predator, and Alan Armstrong, we already know, can score goals, so there's plenty of threat there.
Emerson hitting it long. Again, Middlesbrough. Oh, it's a bad mistake there. Juninho coming in, the shot goes wide. Well, Dave Jones, the Stockport manager, was talking to Kevin and I before the game. He said the problem is at this level, you make the slightest mistake and you're in trouble. And there was a mistake, and there's the trouble.
See more of him at the Riverside as well, Brian. I said there's some part, didn't I?
Oh, that's going back, isn't it? A year or two.
Getting on.
A great old Middlesbrough Stadium. What a lovely one they've got here now at the Riverside. Another free kick to Stockport. Tom Bennett, who had such a terrific game, and is much waiting for it. So the skipper's going to take it. Finding Armstrong, played in again, and a superb goal. And it's Connolly who scored it. An unbelievable start for Stockport County.
This is a quality goal. Great little ball into Alan Armstrong. Neat little flick, and the fullback keeps running. And a forward would be proud of this finish, Brian. Look at that. No chance for Schwarzer.
The first goal he's ever scored for Stockport. And it's in his 5th season at the club. And he's really set the cat amongst the pigeons now. Juninho tried to find Ravanelli, but Todd, who had an excellent first game at Edgeley Park, brings that away. But here's Juninho again. He was away playing for Brazil against Poland when that first game was played. Craig Hignett to Robbie Mustoe. Hignett again. Hit long towards Ravanelli. Oh, and it fell conveniently for Jones. John Jeffords hitting it down the line. Much beaten in the air by Pearson. Hignett again. Juninho.
I think the man who's just hit that long ball out there, Pearson, is very, very important to this Middlesbrough side. It's since he came back into it that they've put these cup runs together. They haven't been able to translate that so much into league form.
There's possibilities. Beck tries to find Juninho. Good save.
They're getting an awful lot of joy down in this inside right sort of position. That's the 3rd time they've got in there. Twice with Juninho, once with Beck. And he'll maybe be disappointed with the finish. Hits it straight at the keeper.
Pearson. Towards Juninho, Emerson, Juninho, Ravanelli's up ahead of him. Ravanelli persuading Juninho to make this break down the left flank. There's his cross coming in towards Mikel Beck.
Flynn did very well there. Flynn will relish this, you know, they're big games for these guys, but that's a great clearance, you know, I mean, he had to get in there, and he did. Great ball in from Juninho. On his weaker left foot.
Sweeping it in here. Mike Flynn just getting back to drive it wide of his goal for the corner to Middlesbrough. Juninho. This is a great run. Oh, and the chance might come. And the referee has pointed to the goal kick. All Middlesbrough were looking and thinking, well, I wonder if he's going to get a penalty. Did Jones bring the player down?
This is close, I think, and you can understand why people... Great run again, commits people again, gets a lucky bounce, and it looks like he's going to do it. But actually, he's quite right, the referee. He knocks it onto Blackmore's feet, and it's a goal kick.